Hey, what's up you guys? It's Kim Savvy and I'm back with another entry of REM Diary. And today is Christmas. For all of you that celebrate it, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, yada yada. Last night I had... Whoa! I don't even know how to explain it, but it was like a dream, right? I had a dream. And then in this dream, I dreamt in 3 people's different perspectives to see what happened in this room. I don't know how to explain it, but the first perspective, it was a young lady. Now, I know I always get confused and I always say young lady because it's me, but it's not really me. I'm just playing the role of this young lady, but then I also switch it up and end up saying me for another character that my perspective changes to, so please just try to follow along. So I was in the perspective of this young lady and her dad, and we were in, I guess his house, and we were just kind of hanging out, talking, and I went to the living room to go watch TV, and as I'm watching TV, like, I hear stuff in the background, and I'm like, what the hell is that? But, like, I didn't really think of anything. And then I was like, hey, Dad, I'm going to go to the store real quick. Do you want anything? And then I didn't hear anything. I was like, oh, okay. So I left, and I went to the store. And I was at the store doing my thing, minding my business. And all of a sudden, like, when I'm driving back home, there's, like, cops everywhere. And I was like, what the hell happened? And I'm, like, trying to walk in. And they're like, no, ma'am, you can't go in. You can't go in. And I was like, this is my house. This is my dad. What the fuck? What's happening? Like, why won't you let me in? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, he's dead. And we were like, and like, I was like, what? What do you mean he's dead? This is ridiculous. I was just here like 20 minutes ago, blah, blah, blah. He was just fine. And then, like, as I said, he was just fine, I, like, paused because I was like, oh, like, the sounds that I heard, maybe that was actually in the house. So I ran past him. I ran all the way into the house. I went by the living room. I went by the bathroom, and he was, like, in the corner of one of the rooms in his house, and he was laid down on the floor. There was blood everywhere, and I just started screaming, like, Dad, wake up, wake up, wake up, and he just, obviously, he's dead. He's not going to get up. So I was like, what the hell, what the hell? And I was just standing there, like, puzzled, like, what just happened? Like, what just happened? So then, as I'm standing there, I, like, close my eyes, and I start meditating kind of thing, and it, like, rewinds my whole entire dream. And then it goes to my dad's perspective. And my dad, when we were and I were talking, he was like, yeah, no worries, honey, blah, blah, blah. Because that's when the young girl went to go watch the TV. And I am now in Dad's perspective. And I turned around to go down the hallway to go grab smokes out of my room or some shit. I don't know, you guys. There's no, like, words. There's no, like, there was nothing... There was no dialogue that you could recall. It was just a lot of vision. Like, I just visually saw everything. So he turns and he starts walking down the hallway. And the side door opens up and somebody comes into the house. And immediately just kind of covers his mouth and shivs him in the neck. And then pulls him into the room so that I wouldn't see. Because obviously this person knew that I was home on the couch. And he was holding my dad down. And my dad's was looking at this man in his face like he knew who it was, and he was just, all he was thinking about was the young girl, I keep wanting to say me, the young girl in the living room, and that's all he thought about before his, like, when, as his life's flashing before his eyes, and he was just, like, puzzled, confused, like, slowly, like, drowning in his own blood, staring at this man in his face, like, why would you do this kind of thing, like, why? And then my dream stops, and it goes, and it rewinds. And now I'm looking at the perspective of both of us just having conversation. The girl goes to the couch to watch TV. Dad starts walking down the hallway, and I, you know, zoom in on her watching TV, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I go down the hallway, and you see everything happen. The guy swings the door open, comes in, shivs the dad's neck, covers his mouth, throws him into the side of the room, stays over him until he fucking dies. And I was just like, it was just, my dream was just repeating itself over and over and over in like different perspectives. It was the young girl's perspective, then the father's perspective, then it was nobody's perspective. It was like I was viewing the whole thing. Then it was the police officer's perspective when he got to the house and he's knocking on the door because somebody called saying they heard or saw someone break into the house, which is very like, what? I was just there 20 minutes ago as a young girl. She was just there 20 minutes ago. So someone literally called as I left. She left the house. So it had to be the guy who murdered my dad. He must have called anonymously and said, hey, I just saw somebody breaking into my friend's house. Blah, 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 blah. This is the address. And then police showed up. And the side door was open. And literally 10 minutes after the police showed up, found my dad. They're putting tape everywhere. They're not letting anybody come through that section of the road. And, you know, they're like investigating. They're looking at the TV that was still on. They're looking at how this person broke in, why this person is dead, is their next of kin, like, you know, all of that. And then boom, 10 minutes later, the girl shows up. She's like, what's happening? Like, I was just here. Like, my dad was fine, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, that's when she finds out that her dad is dead, and she ran in ahead and saw him. And then all of a sudden, I'm like having these psychic abilities of returning time back to where it was to find out who the fuck killed him. You guys, when I tell you that I worked Christmas Eve, obviously, until like 7 o'clock at night, and I crashed literally at almost 9 o'clock for 14 hours. I was out cold. Like, I woke up today at 11. I was out cold. Woke up for a second, used the bathroom, went back to bed, and this dream was just repeating itself and repeating itself over and over and over, just changing perspective over and over and over. I was just like, what does this mean? Like, why are you showing me this dream over and over and over again? Like, I don't understand. I've never had a dream where I've dreamt that in that many different perspectives. Like, so I woke up and I was fried. I was just like, first of all, I slept for 14 hours straight. Sort of straight, but you get it. Then I have this intense dream, and now I'm just like, what the hell just happened? So now I want to look at the news and see if there's any reports of something like this happening. I do need my glasses on for this one because, like I told y'all, your girl cannot read. And I apologize that my dream was not as detailed as it normally is. I will go over the details in a minute, but murder while daughter was home. Actually, I should put father murdered while daughter was home. I'm trying to see if there are any local news. A lot of these are just father killed in a drive-by, but in my dream, somebody breaks in, shivs him in the neck, and holds him down until he dies, basically. And shooting. Well, I did my research for last night's stream, and so far nothing has come up about a father being murdered while his daughter's home, or a father being murdered at home by being shivved or stabbed in the neck / chest area, because, you know, sometimes dreams don't get it accurately. But I can for surely say that Google hasn't come up with anything, so thankfully I didn't dream anybody's life. That could change from here to now, but I don't know, you guys, like, it's Christmas, and I had a dream about a dad being freaking murdered, and then repeatedly watching it over and over and over and over. Somebody come save me. Jesus. But anyways, I know, you guys, like I've told you, December is a really hard month for me to sit down and record. Definitely even remember or even find time to sit and record. So I appreciate those of you that are patient with me. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. And yeah, just have a good one, okay? Bye.